We learned from there that we were probably looking for a white male, most likely 30 to 35 years old, would live within the area of where the bodies were found. So what do we do to try to get this person? So it was suggested that you come up with a female undercover officer and you put them out in the area where these girls were last seen. So what happens is we need to find a female in the agency. I had known Renee Lano was her name at the time. She had actually worked for the state police in the communications center and had only been probably on the street about a year and a half.
It was high risk, and she knew it. Renee was like, she walked up and within 3 minutes, she knew where the person lived, what they did for a living, if they were married. She was really good.
We go out with Renee and we used her at various locations wherever we knew that A, the girls were last seen, or B, we felt would be a secluded enough area that someone would probably stop for her. Renee is out there, she encounters Pennell. We were on Route 40, just west of the intersection of Route 72 or Salem Church Road. And she observed that this blue van is circling her several times. And once she mentions it, I notice it also, that this individual is circling her several times. And I came up with the idea, I said, look, I think the problem is, I think there's too much light here. Let's move up towards Buckley, where it's completely dark at that time. Picked her up, dropped her off, we repositioned, and then she started walking, and just a few minutes later, this same van stops for her. They engage in conversation. She asked his name, and he told her that his name was Jim.
So they talked for a while, and she finds out he's an electrician. And you know from the articles, the tools utilized to torture and kill our victims were tools that would be common to an electrician.
She finally has to pose the question, are you partying? Do you want to party or what? He agreed, and he reached over and he opened the passenger door. She actually closed it, and she goes, look, man, I'm so messed up right now, I can't do this. And I got a little bit ahead of myself. While she's talking to who we later know as Stephen Pennell, she observes that there is blue carpet inside the van that actually goes up the walls of the van, pretty much enhances the entire interior of the van. As she's talking to him, she's actually reaching in and plucking fibers off the carpet that's inside that van and put it in her pocket.
Well, my legal mind was racing at that point. Is this a lawful search, or do we have a problem here? And it got litigated, and the judge found it was lawful because she had permission to be where she was in that van, and it was immediately apparent to her that this has evidentiary value and I better grab it while I can.
Her first statement, I think, to one of the guys that picked her up says, yeah, I think that's your man, just from her impression. It was recorded, and I think it was played at trial. It was probably less than a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's what the skill she had.
So we go back to my office. That's when we debrief, and she pulls the blue fibers out of her pocket. We put them in an evidence envelope, and then they are shipped out to the FBI laboratory the next day. Time is going by, and we're into September. And then we receive word a body is found in the C&D canal. This ends up being Michelle Gordon. I think it was the day after she is found. We're contacted by the FBI that say, we have a microscopic match between the fibers from Kathy DeMaro's body to the fibers that Renee plucked out of this van. A microscopic match means that all characteristics that can be seen under the microscope match, but it is not a fingerprint, and you cannot say that the fibers on that body came out of that van. So now the focus totally swings to this guy, Pennell. Also, because we now have a third confirmed body, the governor and the politicians step in and say, open checkbook, you guys can have anything you need, sky's the limit, whatever it takes to get this guy, this is what we're going to do.